Please welcome Feeney and Chandler.
Will I be needing this tonight? Tomorrow, maybe? You can never be too sure of that.
Would all the police officers in the audience please stand up and introduce themselves?
In times of great crisis, the world looks to great leaders. Winston Churchill, Franklin Roosevelt. But who do we in the States get? Well, fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. This is a visit to Six Flags over Mecca. And the rides in this theme park are very, very dangerous.
She flies through the air with the greatest hobbies. A beautiful girl on the flying trapeze.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a genuine carnival of old. We have cabinet freak shows and foreign policy roller coasters, multinational corporate clowns, and phony media hype men pitching a rigged game that promised something of value, but was impossible to win, leaving us to choose the cheap prize that no one really wanted. Forrest W. Gump, a tiny stuffed buffoon standing on the trophy shelf to the extreme right of his father, Ronald Reagan, and Richard Nixon.
Hey, you with the red checkered hat on, would you like to see what you won? A world of adventure is waiting for you behind door number 1.
See the Puppet Show, with a return visit from many members of the original cast. We have Dick Cheney as Elmer Fudd, Donald Rumsfeld as Yosemite Sam, and in his last performance, Jesse Helms is still just plain goofy.
For tonight's performance, the role of Clarence Thomas will be played by Al Jolson.
Sean John plays Pluto, Mickey Mouse's kinder, gentler lapdog, who seems to have lost or maybe never had any genitalia. This show once featured Ronald Reagan as a marionette for big business, but now the same guys had their hands stuck so far up the tight rectal sphincter of George W. Bush, they could operate this guy like a handcuff axe.
You'll cry and you'll scream and you'll laugh. Take a peek behind the red door for only $1.50.
Step right up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a shell game. At the astonishing Ashcroft ask you, which rock is Bin Laden hiding under? And as you stand there mesmerized, you find your pockets have been picked and your civil liberties disappear before your very eyes. Cheap carnival hucksters cash in with t-shirts that say, God bless the USA. Yet we're made in sweatshops in Bangladesh, a Muslim country, while CNN asks, why do they hate us? Meanwhile, our whole culture has grown so distorted, it can only be viewed from the funhouse mirror. Ha 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 ha! But these days, when we look in the funhouse mirror, our reflection seems normal. For instance, our president claims that we were attacked because we are the beacon of hope and opportunity. It has absolutely nothing to do with our desire to turn the world into a shopping mall, and our response should be to go out and buy more stuff. New flag for your SUV, $19.95. New SUV, $40,000. Looking more patriotic than your neighbors? Priceless. The way to make America safe from attack is by turning us into the kind of fascist police state that would fool the terrorists into thinking that this is Afghanistan. But if you really like the House of Mirrors and you want to bomb everyone who's ever trained or funded Osama bin Laden, George, perhaps you should start with your dad.
From your face, it gets you a date. It cures the common cold.
We Americans now long for the golden comfort of the familiar as our president says, get back to normal. Go to Disneyland. This will show that we are truly the superior culture. Our department stores and strip malls will homogenize every speck of variety, so the only sense of innovation left to us is new and different ways to export supersized blandness to every possible corner in the global theme park. Or we could have the Hard Rock Cafe, Islamabad. At the food court, we may have trouble convincing Mexicans just what a Chalupa Supreme really is, but Taco Bell, it's the people's taco.
Registered trademark.
But that's nothing compared to the McMuslim burger, a samosa with cheese, McHoof and mouth disease, and KFCIA.
The bright lights make you dizzy as the big wheel spins you around. You can almost smell the heavens till the big wheel brings you down.
Yes, indeed, it's Forrest W. Gump, dressed as a stuttering Wyatt Earp in a bad Ronald Reagan Western, stealing all of Ronald Reagan's best lines. We're gonna smoke them out. Wanted, dead or alive. You're either with us or you're against us.
Come on, you can just pour my glass.
You're either with us or you're against.
I'm not sure I get it. What do all these tax breaks for the rich have to do with the war on terrorism?
I said you're either with us or you're against.
Do I have to have a cavity search every time I go to the airport?
It's like a mantra or a sing-along being sung by Disney-like mechanical heads of states operated by the wonderful Wall Street Wizards of Oz.
Pay no attention to that corporation behind the flag.
Though elected by the overwhelming indifference of the American people, public opinion polls now show us generally divided between the patriotic and the jingoistic. 15% say that the ability to find Afghanistan on a globe should not be a requirement for the commander-in-chief as long as we bomb someone. 23% saying that failure to display a flag that does not cover the entirety of your house, lawn, and 2/3 of the sidewalk is signs of militant Islamic tendencies and is grounds for deportation, internment, and in truly egregious cases, that person should be forced to watch a Lee Greenwood concert.
Well, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I think I'm free to get 6 miles a gallon in my brand new Jeep Cherokee, and I will stand up and kick your ass if you're different than me. God bless them old United States. I love my SUV.
Yes, indeed. From Opryland, USA to Euro Disney to the Sam's Club in Beijing, no matter how you phrase it, my friends, it still ends with the same old line. It's a small mind after all.
Well, I hope all the good citizens of Calgary feel safer with police here from Medicine Hat. What are we doing with all the Ontario provincial police here? Why aren't they in Ottawa or Toronto? I think they're raising hell there too. But you'll be happy to know that we are safe tonight from an appearance by one of our favorite hell-raising songwriter-performers, David Rovics. He's written some wonderful material, and he's certainly here with us in spirit tonight, and I miss him terribly. But when he got to the border crossing in Montana, after they had searched his vehicle, they found pamphlets therein advocating nonviolent direct action, and he was turned away at the border, so he's not here with us tonight.